So many questions I get on Facebook and other social media are about hard money loans in Costa Rica. Many people need help understanding what they are. They want to determine if a hard money loan could suit their needs and, if so, where to find one. Others don't understand or confuse the value of these loans, which can lead people to think, I would never use a hard money lender because they're too expensive. So let's take a step back and discuss what hard money lenders are. Hard money lenders are very different from your traditional big banking options. For any of you who have ever gotten a loan from a big bank, you know what a daunting task it can be to go through the process successfully. They usually want you to provide a minimum of 2 years of tax returns from the same job you're currently holding, a substantial down payment, to fill out a ton of their paperwork, and probably even an appraisal you have to pay for. It can typically take a few months to a year or even longer to close once you have submitted all the necessary documents. You will probably end up with a 30-year loan at a hopefully decent interest rate. Back in the day, mortgage terms were at 15 to 20 years, and now they are at 30 years. But the way things are going, soon they will be at 40 to 50 years and multi-generational. But this isn't the whole story, there is more to mortgage options. There are several reasons why the big banks don't seem to work when building or renovating a business, B&B, hotel, or anything else that calls for speedy action. For many property sellers, giving a good deal, it could be because they are in distress, and waiting for someone to get a bank loan can be too slow of a process and kill the deal. They may not have the luxury of being able to wait months or longer to close. They would rather sell their property to someone with cash and complete the sale in a week or two. Banks could limit you by saying you've got too many things going on, you've got too much debt, and we cannot approve you. Imagine if you find the deal of a lifetime. Even at something extraordinary such as 50% off, they will still not approve you. Therefore, big banks can be challenging for anything time sensitive. So, where does that leave us? Somebody must be willing to fill this gap and finance someone with the know-how and expertise to get the job done. This is where the hard money lenders step in, and this is how many people have changed their career paths for the better. Private lenders are ready to finance deals that the banks won't or can't because they aren't betting on the person's credit score and such rather than on the property's value or equity. They know that if you have enough equity, it will be a safe loan for them because they understand they can get their money back if they must foreclose on you. Many lenders make this their sole job and lend money for a living. A huge benefit of using a private lender is that they generally don't need all the strict underwriting that the big banks need. They can make their own decisions without the bureaucracy. So many of these private loans can fund a deal in 7 to 14 days, which is precisely what borrowers are looking for. Once you realize you can work without having to use the big banks, it could be your game changer. Hard money lenders generally won't judge you based on your credit score or debt-to-income levels. It's not you as a person that needs to impress a private lender, just the equity you bring from your property can be enough to get the job done. Great opportunities are happening every day. There's no need to miss one when you can secure the loan you need to capitalize. Hard money lenders can be great for business ventures as they can close quickly after they've evaluated the deal. Loan terms are typically done at 12 to 36 months and have an early repayment clause to justify lending money at looser terms than the big banks. This is to protect themselves from the borrowers turning around and paying off the loan early before they can earn much interest. Let's talk about the price of a hard money lender. When you make a mortgage payment from a bank loan, a small portion of that payment will go toward your principal, which could make it more expensive per month. Hard money lenders in Costa Rica usually charge you anywhere from 12 to 16% interest plus closing fees, similar to the banks here. This is made up of the consulting and lawyers' fees, which can vary, so if you get a loan, there's a one-time closing fee that can be factored in additionally to the amount you borrow, so you avoid the need for the capital upfront to get the loan. On a $100,000 loan, you will be paying the interest via monthly payments of 12% to 16%, so you'd be paying anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600, which could be considered a lot of money to some. This can be why people get turned off by the idea of a hard money loan. Another way to look at it is from the reverse perspective, where even if you begin a contract with higher rates, you can still turn a nice profit after deducting all your expenses. Over time, you can build up your business and equity, getting you better deals down the line to make even more profit. If you can tell yourself, I'm still going to make my $20,000 to $25,000 even after paying these guys, what do I care that it's expensive? I've always said I'd rather pay for an expensive loan than not do a deal at all. A 50% of something will always be better than 100% of nothing. Sometimes it's best to get over the fact that hard money is expensive, because if it's your only way to get into a deal, then you must do it, especially with the light at the end of the tunnel, which is cheaper terms once you've reached your threshold and have an excellent reputation. Once you've got the experience under your belt and are starting to pick up the volume, lenders may recognize your tenacity. Hence, they know they may not make a lot on one deal, but if they get my following 10 contracts, they'll make even better money in the long run. You have to earn your stripes in any business venture you may find yourself on. you must pay to play. Whether it's with the hard money lenders, paying for a mentor, or just finding somebody to jive with, you need to get your feet wet and do whatever it takes to become successful. Naturally, the next step is, where do you find these hard money lenders? You could scour the web, as you might find some from Google searching and ads, or go with Gap Equity Loans, which has a proven track record with many previously concluded loans such as the ones in the link below. Gap Equity Loans has recommended private lenders looking to lend from anywhere up to 45% of the loan-to-value ratio. At a 45% LTV, with, let's say, a property that has a value of $100,000, their recommended private lenders are only going to be willing to give you about a $45,000 loan at the maximum, excluding the closing costs which can be factored into the loan itself. This is the private lender's guarantee that you'll have enough equity in the deal to be safe to lend to. Therefore, the requirements of private lenders are much more lenient than national banks. Gap Equity Loans prides itself on ensuring both the borrower and the lender have fair and reasonable terms. Contact us at the link below to learn more about getting a loan in Costa Rica. Click the link below to fill out our loan request form and get started on your next hard money loan.